I think Monero is great. I think Monero will increase overall with the price of the rest of the market. I think it's I think it's right now the premier privacy coin.
Because I
Oh
know
yeah.
Cash Daddies is for entertainment purposes only. You'd be an idiot to listen to anything these degenerates say. Invest at your own risk, do research, but seriously don't listen to these ass clowns. Now enjoy Cash Daddies.
Welcome to Cash Daddies. We're banking fatties. Hell, most of the gang's here. Joining me as always, one half of the Ass Brothers, Chris Neff, and the guy with the best mustache in the game, the most stable. He's the stable coin of Cash Daddies, Evan Hand.
Oh, whoa! That's Evan Hand. I thought that was Zane Hellberg.
Dude, I was gonna shout him out too.
Well, you know what? Leave it to the professionals, okay? Know your place and do what you do best.
I love it, dude. I love it. Crazy week. I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. Who wants to go first? Because Daddy's got something to show everybody.
Hold on. Before you get to show and tell, I got to tell you about my week that was.
Okay.
This weekend, as you may have noticed, if you follow my Twitter or my Instagram, I got into a huge pot limit Omaha smash and grab game with an absolute degenerate. You live for these kind of moments. And by pot limit Omaha, I mean poker, guy stuff, something that you don't know how to do. And I'm in this.
I'm about to show you what kind of guy stuff I got.
Okay.
Don't you worry about that.
Keep your thunder in your pants. I got into a poker game with a guy who literally had full-on leprosy on one arm. Okay. And I've been playing poker for 20 years. And I've seen guys walk in with gangster rolls.
Yeah.
This guy walked in with a garbage bag of money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to let you know what LA area casino people are like. Have you ever been to a restaurant that has like a D from the health department?
Correct.
And you look at like the cooks.
Yes.
This is every cook from every shitty restaurant.
It's the Denny's
fucking food poisoning breakout. That's who's gambling.
It is like the worst Denny's you'll ever walk into. And
it is the worst.
So I'm at this game. I haven't been back in a year and a half because of COVID. And I walk in and it's like, hey, it's cheers. You know, everybody's calling each other their names. And we've got our certain chairs that we sit in. And I'm hanging out with my mentor, Peter. He's like 82 years old and he's on oxygen and he's talking about scoring pussy and the Dodgers. And I sit down and then this guy walks up and he's got a garbage bag full of money. He literally looked over to the floor and said, do you have one of those machines that counts money so you can bring it back to me in chips? And the guy's like, we can't do that, sir. That's not allowed here. So he keeps going into this garbage.
Why isn't that allowed?
You keep what are they, a bank? You can't just go and use somebody's cash counting machine.
Yeah, they sort of are, right?
Well, it is true because I do have a safety deposit box there, which is a cheap workaround, by the way. If you ever want to avoid paying for a safety deposit box, go to Hollywood Park. It's $50 for the year. I keep everything in there. It's important. I've got my favorite used condom wrapper in there, for Christ's sake. It's a memory that I'll have for life.
What that means. Nobody knows what that means. Well, nobody wants to know what that means. Evan's from a generation that doesn't even know condoms exist.
It's true. You don't. So anyway, this guy sits down and he dumps $5,000 in the game in literally 45 minutes. And he just keeps going into the cash bag. At one point, he tries to put $3,000 cash on the table and they're like, sir, that's not allowed. And we're like, shut the fuck up. Let him do it. Let him do it. And of course they denied him. So I took him for a huge chunk of money Friday night. And then I was like, I got to go sleep this off. And by the way, guess who I ran into who is a comic and a card player? Billy Bonnell. Billy is a big card player, which I didn't know. So then I'm like, I'm taking Saturday off. And then I get the call, because I'm juiced in. I got people on the payroll there. And they're like, he's back. So I head back down. And then I sit with this guy for another 5 hours, can't catch a run of cards. Every time I get it in, he's sucking out. He's raising $150 pre-flop every hand. And it was one of those games where all you can do is get it in good. And sometimes the cards are going to fall and sometimes they're not. But a real lesson in life in what I never want to become, which is a walking Gamblers Anonymous meeting. The guy's literally talking out loud to himself. And then he tells us he's a legal drug dealer, which is never a good move to tell people that you're a drug dealer. Grows pot, says it's legal. And then about an hour later, he's like, by the way, I've got some in my trunk if you need some. And I'm just like, you know what? I feel like I'm getting set up. None of this makes sense.
How much weed you get?
A little bit. Nothing to write home about. And I don't even smoke weed. You know, I just like having it around the house.
Okay.
So interesting weekend. Last weekend, I do need to point out a few highlights. BCRX keeps doing its thing. We had a nice pop in OCGN. I know a lot of people are holding that. BRPHF also, which I told people to buy, which is Galaxy Digital. They had a very good week. And of course, I made a mistake. I will never say I don't make mistakes. I bought Score, which is basically the Canadian ESPN, and they are a huge brand. And I bought them a couple of times. And every once in a while, I'm like, I got to trim some positions. Things aren't moving. I was short on cash because I gave all my money to AT&T accidentally. And then what happens? I get the big heads up. Yep, a bunch of users are like, Neff, you made me so much money. SCR is up 80% in one day. And I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Mm-hmm. I sold it. Congrats to the readers that held. Penn National bought them out. So now we have a pretty tight race between Penn and DraftKings. I still like DraftKings in the long run, but to all the people that were worried about holding Penn, I think I wouldn't drop Penn right now either.
Constantly.
Yeah, this space has so much competition in it, and everybody's got their eyes on the prize, which is the NFL. So whoever gets the most, retention from their bettors, that's who you're going to see in the long run. I still think DraftKings is the clear winner because they spend so much money trying to get those users. Also, one note, I did buy a option on Pinterest. As you can imagine, I'm a huge fan of Pinterest. A lot of my crafting with cat hair people are on Pinterest. That's where I learned the craft itself. And, I don't think you can beat a better Sunday than waking up and realizing it's International Cat Day and having 2 cats on you, just giving you all the love in the world. So a great week turned into a better weekend. That's where I'm at. Now, I'm assuming you've got something in your pants that you're going to pull out that's going to scare us all. So why don't we
That's not how I roll. Evan, do you have anything you want to say? And I'd like to now go. What do you got?
Yes.
Anything?
I think we handed the readers free money last week because we were absolutely on fire with all of our picks.
Swear, buddy.
Neff, BRPHF, that was up 15% this week. Myself with the square pick, 11% this week. And then Howie, JWN, Nordstrom, 8% this week.
Dude, the deal 82 bought calls on Nordstrom's and did 130% flip. Now, keep in mind, he's a ballsy guy and he buys Light and the Loafer's Delights like I buy cat treats, but he cranked it. So shout out to him for having the balls to pull that.
What makes something a Light and the Loafer Delight?
Well, again, a Light and the Loafer's Delight is when you buy an option that's 1 week or less. So you don't have a whole lot of time. You can buy a same day option that closes in the same day. That's what we call 0 days to expiration. That is super junky shit. It's the equivalent of that guy at the poker table I ran into. I don't like to trade Light and the Loafer's Delights because I feel like I have to clock watch and I just don't have that type of life to live anymore. Also, huge shout out on Square. You couldn't have timed that better. They bought the Australian company Afterpay, which immediately, pushed them up. I want to say like 11% the day after.
Hold on, Monday. Jacko's Square too?
Huh?
Jack owns Twitter.
Oh, Jack Dorsey.
Yeah.
Yeah. CEO of Square.
yes.
This guy owns
Yes.
everything. It's
Yes.
annoying.
And again, he doesn't do interviews. He doesn't do conference calls. He's like the international man of mystery. I won't be surprised if he gets McAfee'd at some point. He's a very mysterious person.
No, he plays ball. He's not an outlaw. He's a useful token
Useful idiot?
that gets played. No, not useful idiot. He's
Okay.
part of the team.
Okay, so can you tell us about your week? Because
Yeah.
I know that you said you were going to buy some stuff. You were like, dog, I'm
Well,
going
I
to buy
want
it
to say
next
something
week.
that my love of holding stuff cost me a nice grand. GE shot up, dude. I go look at my thing. I'm up $1,000-something, and I'm like, oh my God, Howie, it's up. I'm so excited. I knew I should have sold right there, and I
And-
didn't. And now I'm down $150.
Wow. So you went on an $1,100 swing on GE. Are you sure this just isn't the reverse split and you're reading it wrong?
I did not read it wrong. It said gains 1,100.
Yeah, I think you're reading it wrong. I think there was just a reverse split, and sometimes 24
No.
hours.
I know. I would have sold it, made millions.
Okay.
Millions of dollars. I would have made millions.
We'll get back to that.
So-
He was amazing.
So why don't you tell us about your week? Because I know
So
you-
then, dude, I decide, because part of me is into like the world's come to an end. What can I buy? I want to take my digital and make it physical, right?
you bought a house? Congratulations.
No, not yet.
Close.
I'm getting
You
close.
finally
I'm looking
stopped
at
leasing
two
and you
markup.
bought a car?
No.
I'm
I
out
bought
of guesses.
Fat chunk of gold.
No way. Like a
I bought
nugget?
I bought some gold, bro. I
Does
bought
it-
some gold.
Does it
and
have
I
a
picked up
panther on it?
something else, bro.
Does it have a panther
Oh
on it?
my God. Here we go.
Oh, somebody went to the pawn shop.
It's gonna be the end of
Bang!
the week.
Oh,
Bang!
is that the MR82 from Aliens with the rocket launcher as
No,
well?
dude, it's not. Don't fucking piss me off, bro. Okay.
Okay, time out. There's people in that house right now.
Safety's
Okay.
on. Don't worry.
There's nothing in here. I don't fuck around. I do safety, bro. See, I don't put my finger on there, bro.
All right, I'm calling Dana. That is getting returned tomorrow. I
That
don't
is
want that
not
in the
getting
house.
returned tomorrow. I'm a American. I have the right to own arms, and I just bought this bad boy.
This is
Is it one that you make? Is it one that you make?
No, this is not a 3D printer gun. Okay,
What does it
this
shoot?
is a Caltech, dog.
good.
Okay, is that a shotgun?
Yeah, bro. But
Yeah.
here's the cool thing. I got these little bullets for it, right? These tiny slugs, tiny ones,
Yeah.
right? And I could put, instead of like a couple, I could put like 7 in here. So when the zombies come, I'm just like,
Full
click,
max.
clack, motherfucker. Click,
Okay.
clack. Bang, bang. Sleep time, zombie. Sleep time.
As long as we're talking about the apocalypse, and we'd like to make predictions around here, when do you see the zombie apocalypse coming? And I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong here, that the people that are vaccinated turn into the zombies? Is that
Listen,
the working
dude,
theory?
We've done surveys. People don't like to get political on the show, so I'm not going to get political, right? I'm not. So don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just know.
This guy reads.
Just
I'm a
so you
reader.
know, just so you know, it's getting returned by the end of the week.
Hey, who are you, mom?
Somebody has to be.
No, it's called, dude, invest in guns, gold, property. That's what I'm buying.
That was
I can
a
turn
show.
around and someday sell this bad boy.
Have
if I
you
had
ever
to.
taken a firearms safety course?
Yeah, not really, but maybe with some friends.
Okay.
Oh,
Would you be
breaking-
opposed to doing that?
No,
For
I'm
your
going to
safety.
do that. My Krav Maga instructor does teach. He says he'll teach me.
Oh, he moonlights with a gun safety course?
Yeah, the guy's a killing machine. Part of that is with the gun. Okay.
Okay. What is the gauge on that gun? Is that a 12?
I don't know. Ask your mother. Bang, bro. Bang. So that was my
Okay,
week, bro.
okay,
That
okay.
was my week.
Hold on, hold
Crush
on.
fast, dude.
Okay, you
I'm
just
going out in
okay, time
fucking-
out. Time out. You just failed gun safety 101. You
Why?
just set it down. Okay. Did you put it back in the case and close the case? Did
There's
you check
literally
the
nobody in
chamber?
my house right now.
Okay, that could change. What if somebody shows up and says, hey, it's been a long time, and they pick it up? What if a child walks in right now while you're walking around taking a fucking 30-minute
What,
piss?
dude, are you menstruating right now? My God. Are you having
Can you-
hot flashes?
can you
Who
at
are you
least-
watching MSNBC on Drip, bro?
Okay,
I
can
see,
you at
that's
least
where
close?
I see what you did there.
I see what you did. Can
Missed
you
it.
could just close the case? What if
Okay.
Dana walks in right now?
She knows I got a gun.
Okay. Do you have bullets? Excuse me, shells, as we call them in the industry.
In the industry, I do. Why would you buy a gun without shells?
Bullshit. Show me your shells.
You want to see my shells?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, you already owe me $100. You want another 100?
I already paid you, and you're so retarded.
You never paid me.
Buddy, you didn't even thank me. I was like, I cashed or Venmo'd you, and I was like, wow, he's
I
not even
never
gonna thank
got
me.
it, bro.
Well,
I
you know
never
what?
got it.
It's because you don't even look.
I do look, bro. I do look.
I
Mom and
Venmo'd
Dad
it
are
to
fighting
you the
again.
day after I lost.
Let's see. I didn't see it, but let me go see if I got some.
Oh, I've got so many
money.
people paying me so much money. I don't even look to
You
see.
totally get it, bro.
Yeah, and I totally didn't get a thank you for paying you.
Oh, why do I have $80? Why'd you send me 80?
I sent you 100. You probably spent 20 on a fucking bag of balloons
Gross.
or a fucking blow gun machine.
Gross.
All right.
Gross. So
okay.
gross.
Speaking of what you just referenced, we did have a reader poll. I think we should acknowledge some of the highlights. Evan, do you mind bringing them up?
You want the whole thing up?
Just the highlights, just the part where they talk about how much they love me and they want to make Sweeters the official king of Cash Daddies so we can dethrone Jim Jones Tripoli as our anointed
I'm
leader.
really grossed out right now.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying so I asked the question, what would you change about Cash Daddies? A lot of people said we want Neff to fully transition.
And I'm not against that if it's for the better of the show. And like I've told you, man, I will transition if I know I can transition back. So if science catches up, I will do it. But I have to be guaranteed I can transition back.
Guys, listen, Neff has told me if we get to 20,000 listeners, he will reenact that scene from Silence of the Lambs. I will fuck me. He'll
Buddy,
do
by
that
the way,
dance with the
that's,
mangina.
you know what? That's actually not the scene I do. I do the one where Jody walks in and he's got the business cards in his hand and then he drops them like this and then turns around the corner. I can do that one, but I won't do the mangina scene.
No, if we get to 20,000, you do the mangina dance. Thank you, Neff.
We
Okay.
have another one saying cut all the gay and transitioning stuff. Don't want to hear about it.
All right,
Perfect.
that's out.
Perfect.
That's out.
It's out.
That's out. That's
Um,
out. No more. That was the last joke ever.
And then we also have a split room. We got all the people who want the cat butthole talk, and then all the people who are saying shut the fuck up about the cats.
Do you know
I
that
think
we
those
had-
are all Russian bots made by Chris Neff to get us to talk about
Yeah.
cat
Did you
How many
know-
responses did you give this?
I didn't respond. Did you know that we had many requests that people want a squirting channel on Cash Daddies? I mean,
By many,
come on, guys.
Two?
We're not. No. I had at least 5 DMs on squirting, and I'm not. Here's the thing: people say you're gross. It's piss.
You are gross.
Since when does piss taste like Snapple? Is my question. It's not piss.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna
That's
end
great.
it there. Go ahead.
All
Evan.
right, that's the end.
Okay.
So that's it, man. That was great. Thank you for your polls. We learned what we already knew. Okay, we learned what we already knew.
Evan,
All
a couple more highlights, Evan.
No more highlights.
There's
There-
a couple.
There
Couple
hasn't been one highlight. It's all low lights right now. It's
We
all
got
low
good
lights.
feedback. We got good
Yeah.
feedback.
That segment was the WNBA highlights of our Sports Center right now.
Okay, on that note, I want to give a shout out to our boosters on the Discord. I was supposed to do it last weekend. I forgot. Keep in mind, these boosters, they're providing perks for your favorite emojis of me coming in my pants. Whatever emoji you want created, somebody will do it. We have one of what is it? Buy only guy. These things cost money. So shout out to Arthur Diamond Hands. who is also going to be contributing to some production on the show around here. Ben Arfs, Dave Sarah, drunk as always, Dave Sarah, General Butt Naked, who is also a mod. Dave's a mod. Junglist 420, Lil Goat, the B-side, the Deal 82, not afraid to spread his cash around after banking 130% light in the loafers delight, to the Moon 3, a mod, who, by the way, I do want to sneak in a pick. He says if you're looking for a great tradable, swing tradable crypto, he says check out Cosmos. And then finally, Warp Rider. We appreciate that, as well as your fine work in Top Gun, by the way. So we thank you guys for supporting that Discord and making it all that it is. So what else? Anything we got to get
Guys,
to?
we got a great guest coming up here. And today's guest is brought to you by our good friends at Ladder. That's right. Ladder is a 100% digital, no doctors, no needles, no paperwork. When you apply $3 million in coverage or less, insurance, man, right, Neff?
You're talking about life insurance, right?
I'm talking about life insurance.
Buddy,
we're talking about life.
If there's anybody that needs life insurance with the way they live and the kids they have, it's you. Can you please?
Yeah, for sure. And that's, I'm being dead serious. I'm super excited about Ladder, and I'm going to be probably using it as soon as we get off here, okay? As soon as we get done talking about crypto and whatever cat B holes we're going to talk about. Listen, Ladder's 100% digital, guys. You just need a few minutes, a phone, a laptop to apply. Ladder's smart algorithms work in real time, so you'll find out instantly if you're approved. And guess what? I believe in you guys. You're going to get approved, okay? If you prefer to talk to a person, their team of licensed agents doesn't work on commission, and they'll help you and not upsell you. I can't stand upsells, okay? You ever go to the, when you're at the store and they're like,
supersize me, bitch.
Are you judging me right now, bro?
Yeah.
Are you judging me?
Because you don't want the 8-ounce soda and the extra large fries.
Anything else? No,
it comes with its own sidecar.
Right? So listen, no hidden fees. Cancel at any time. Get a free refund if you change your mind in the first 30 days. You don't see that anymore, dude. And Ladder's prices are issued by insurers with long proven histories of paying claims. They are A and A plus by AM Best, dude. Come on now. Finally, since life insurance costs more as you age, now is the time to cross it off your list. So here's what I want you to do. Go to ladderlife.com/cash today to see if you're instantly approved. That's LADDER life.com/cash, ladderlife.com/cash. Dude, we got a great interview, right, Neff?
Yep, we have Forex Shark coming up, and we're very excited to talk to him. So let's get to it. Okay, everybody, and joining us now is Discord reader Forex Shark. We've actually spoken in the past regarding his involvement as a possible developer on our soon-to-be released Cash Daddies coin. And when I say soon-to-be released, I mean 2028 once we get our shit together.
Yeah.
So without further ado, I want to bring in Forex Shark. He's going to talk about the London fork and how it's affecting the crypto markets, specifically Ethereum, touch on Tether, and then he's going to talk to us about his project that he's behind himself. So Forex, could we call you by your Christian name, your young Christian name?
Yeah, please call me John.
Okay, so John, welcome to the show. So obviously Ethereum has taken off. We all love Ethereum around here. I have a bold prediction that it's going to overtake Bitcoin someday.
Oh,
why don't you tell
us? Shots fired.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us?
Fired.
Why don't you tell us what the fuck is going on with the hard fork, the London hard fork, which sounds like an underground gay lesbian bar or something. But what does it mean?
All right, the London hard fork, EIP 1559. EIP stands for ETH Improvement Proposal, is a proposal to adjust the user experience for ETH transactions and also start to remove some ETH from circulation, which is extremely bullish for the price. And we've seen that, over the past week, all markets have been pumping. With crypto, the reason why you have this confluence where when there's say Bitcoin or ETH has a major pump, the rest of the market moves with it, is because we have all these deep liquidity pools where the cryptos are paired with each other. And when you're valuating something in USD, when the USD value goes up of one of them that's paired with the other, it will raise the USD prices of all of them. So that's what we're currently seeing in the market. Now,
So hold real quick. So
uh-huh.
so were some, because I'm an idiot, were some of the Ethereum coins burned?
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying? Wow.
The way it
Wow.
works is when you before this update, when you do a transaction on ETH, you're paying the miners, the people who are confirming the transactions on
Every
the
time you
blockchain.
say ETH, by the way, you sound like you're best friends with them, and that's like your buddy name. You're like me and ETH just hanging out. You know,
Every
I know
time-
ETH
every-
from fucking back on Fourth, bro. We used to hang out Fourth. Me
Every
and ETH
time
at the
you
rec room, we make that slow girl suck our dicks, right? I
Oh
remember that.
my
Every time you
God.
say ETH, I think of amyl nitrates and just gay poppers, but that's me.
Well, ETH made a lot more money for me than any of my friends, so I guess I'm closer to ETH than most of my friends. But so the way that ETH works is that you pay the miners to confirm transactions on the blockchain. Now, before this update, you would have to set the amount of ETH that you're willing to pay the miners for the transactions to go through. Now, the ETH network, it doesn't do any estimation for you. So you could choose a value that's way too high or way too little. If it's way too little, the transaction fails and you end up not getting your order through. If it's way too high, you end up paying all that extra ETH to the miners.
Yeah, it's not like putting in a stock bid where if you're too high, it'll still take it lower. They're giving you the opportunity to overpay if you're not careful, correct?
Yeah, just for the gas. Now, if you're on a decentralized exchange and you can set a slippage rating, and that slippage will be the amount of variance you're willing to pay to actually buy that token. But the gas is sort of like a separate additional transaction fee that you're
And
paying
the
to actually have
gas-
it go through.
Gas prices are basically the price of putting the transaction on the blockchain, correct?
Yeah, you're paying the miners to write the transaction on the blockchain.
Y'all act like I don't know crypto.
So if there was an analogy to be made, is it
Mhm.
like payment for order flow in the stock market?
Well, payment for order flow, there is some analogy there for that. Yeah, there could be.
I mean, how many
the-
people are controlling these markets? Is there a citadel, behind Ethereum?
That's the great thing about Ethereum is it's decentralized. So when the miners place a transaction, what they're doing is they're presenting this data to the blockchain and confirming it with other miners, and it will look to several miners that are available at the time, and if the data is the same between all of the three miners, then it will get confirmed on the chain. Now, before, when you were placing this transaction, the wallet is what does the estimation for you. So if you use a MetaMask or a Trust wallet, it's
Yep.
going to try to do an estimation to get you a gas price that isn't going to fail and isn't going to be overly valued. The thing is, if you're trying to buy a token that just listed, say, or now with the NFT craze that's going on, gas prices are super expensive. The wallets have a hard time valuating a good price. So they'll tend
Quick
to
segue, by the way, because
Mhm.
I've been dying to ask this question. We have not addressed NFTs in a long while, and people keep asking, is the NFT thing over? Was it a flash in the pan? Is it fucking, where do we go from here? What's your take? I know you're deep in this world.
Yeah, well, NFTs, I would say the NFTs that are just basically an overpriced JPEG, that is starting to die down a little bit, although we have some, big name celebrities that are creating their own and they still get some buzz. But I would say the world of NFT gaming, and one of my buddies runs an NFT bonds project. There's a lot of room for growth on that, and I think the next big wave is going to be NFT gaming, because people understand buying digital assets in games, skins for Fortnite and all these
they
things.
want the neon coonskin cap for their Valkyrie so they can get fucking street cred.
Exactly. And then
Whoa, are we gonna get canceled for that, dude?
No.
What, you've never seen Davy Crockett in a neon coonskin cap?
so
Man, you did it again, dude. We're gonna get canceled.
You've never played World of Warcraft, have you?
And now, dude, ever since the video games got away from that one joystick, Daddy's out.
Yeah, the Atari.
I'm too
1800.
busy killing it in 3D. I don't have to worry about the 2D.
I haven't played a video game since 1984 when I had a seizure playing Gauntlet. Okay, that was my last video.
Dude, Pink Archer is about to die.
the YouTube algorithm has no context. So yeah, they pick up something like that, they'll kill you. But I actually had a YouTube channel with like 30 something thousand subscribers in 2018, and I ended up getting it taken down when they went after a wave of a bunch of crypto channels.
Okay, serious question here, John. How old are you, first of all?
I'm in my early 30s. I'm 33.
Okay, so you're a generation behind. If you are like packing these skins, can you like pull out your phone at a bar and be like, hey, check this out, and like a chick will come home with you because she's impressed with your digital armory? Is that a thing?
I wouldn't say that, but the beautiful thing about NFTs and crypto, you can buy Lambos with them, right? If you have enough of them. So that's
what do you mean, like virtual Lambos?
No, I mean real life Lambos. So you actually have to put. I've noticed with girls, you actually have to take the money off chain for them to be interested. Right.
Yeah. It's kind of like when you're at a bar and you say, I have Coke, they're like, show me in the bathroom and then we'll talk.
Yeah. So no,
Are
I
you
don't think
saying
you're
that
gonna pick up girls
hookers
with
aren't
NFTs.
taking fucking crypto in their wallets? Is that what you're saying?
They're accepting mana now.
Yeah. I can't wait. I guess these strippers now, they got barcode tattoos. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have.
Oh yeah, the QR.
12 monkeys come into life, and I have zero problem with it if it speeds up a transaction and I can just jizz my pants and get in and out.
That's $400 extra, buddy.
So let me just.
Do hookers make you pay the gas fee? By the way, do hookers try to throw on a gas fee? They're like $5, $20 for the hand job, $50 for a bareback, and then
$250 for squirt juice.
Not in Ethereum though. You do pay a gas fee, not in Ethereum. I don't think they accept that today.
What do hookers take? Monero? Is that the outlawed coin that they take?
It's gotta
They
be.
should.
John, I know you want to talk, but I do have to ask this because I just watched an interview that was done a year ago with John McAfee, and he was coked out of his mind, and he was talking to some Bitcoin maxi, and he was like, "You're a fucking retard. It's all Monero. Bitcoin's never going to be worth anything. Monero is the real digital currency." Because have you seen this interview? It's hysterical.
I've heard him say those kinds of things. Yeah.
Well, he's dead now, so he can't say anything else anymore. But the point is,
rude, dude. Rude.
Because Sam does love Monero. What are your thoughts on Monero? Because we know you have thoughts on just about every crypto out there.
Oh, I love Monero. When I was in like early 2018, 2017, 2016, I only traded Bitcoin and Monero. That was it until the DeFi movement came out and you could actually start to do cool things with your ETH. I was just Bitcoin and Monero. I was never a Bitcoin maximalist because I always saw the value of Monero and privacy. I think that now we have some projects coming out like Railgun on the ERC20 network that allow you to have privacy on chain on the ERC20 network and using a protocol that you can do yield farming with, you can do flash loans with. So this is kind of going to be the new wave of privacy where
flash loans are just basically digital loan sharks, correct?
They're a loan that you can take out, but you have to repay it by the end of the transaction.
So who comes and breaks your knees if you don't pay it back is my question.
They won't let you take it out if you can't pay it back. That's the thing. So what it does is you have to do a transaction it's used a lot for arbitrage, or it'll be used sometimes to liquidate some project that has a bad security protocol. And as long as you can pay that transaction back by the end of the pay that loan back by the end of the transaction, it will go through. So you're basically guaranteed to make profit if it will go through. The thing is, there's so much competition on things like arbitrage. It's very hard to make a profit doing that. But if you have something like an insecure project that you can figure out, oh, if I can, for example, there's been some projects like Bunny, which was taking the price of they were taking the price of Bunny from one exchange. So what this hacker did was they used a flash loan to pump up the price on one exchange, and then they did a trade on Bunny at this extremely high value, sold their Bunny into that very high value, and then before the transaction was over, were able to use the profit they made by liquidating the Bunny pools to pay back that loan, and then they had all the extra, which was
and they were nice enough to
dollars.
leave them a note saying, hey, we fucked you. We appreciate the loan, but now we're going to take this money we just made on this. I thought that was very cool of them.
I think that was DeFi 100.
There's been a few projects.
It was Bunny they did it on.
Really?
Yeah, there's been a few projects where something like that's
my favorite trades are insecure trades, like trades that used to be like fat chicks, now they're thin, but then they still have fat chick insecurities. Those are my favorite trades.
Yeah. So
do you just date like fat women just so you could control them?
Yeah. No, I don't date fat chicks. I date thick chicks, bro.
Thick.
Thick
Okay.
women. It's 2021, dude. You're talking about coon hats and fat chicks. Why don't you just fucking burn? Why don't you London fork this show and burn the RSS feed too?
By the way, do not bleep any of the coon talk because that's part of our American history, and I don't mean racism. I mean Davy Crockett. A little respect, okay?
Oh my God.
Nobody reads
You're
around here.
making all these young people uncomfortable.
Well, wait till we do the time machine and we do the intro and they find out it's International Cat Day, and then it gets really good and uncomfortable.
So it's so interesting. So I had a show on TV. It was called Wild World of Spike. It was the #1 original programming show on Spike TV, but we still got canceled. Anyways, point is, so my debut, my agent at the time decides to get me in a gig in Mississippi, man. And I'd never been to Mississippi before. So I go to Mississippi, man. And like, this is like Vicksburg, dude. It is like as south as you can get, dog. It's like super south. And so, I mean, dude, the table's white, table black, you know, and I'm doing act and I'm like, so do you guys like Louisiana? And they're like, they're a bunch of coon asses. And I'm like, and I go, oh shit. And there was a whole table of black people. I'm like, are you trying to start a race ride? He's like, no, man. And the black people are like, that's not a racial term. That's about dumb rednecks that live in Louisiana. So fast forward, like a year later, Nick Saban was talking about, he goes, you know, those coon asses. And everyone thought he was using racial slurs.
Yeah. And he was just talking about a neighboring state of rednecks.
Yes.
Yeah. How far we have come as a society.
Still Mississippi, dog.
Go ahead, John. We got a little sidetracked here. Sorry. That's going to happen about 12 more times, just so you know.
I watched the show. I love the show.
Okay.
Thank you.
So so I guess I'll finish or keep going with the London hard fork. So what I was saying was the wallets are what estimate the price, but they can't do a great job at it. So what they do is they always overvalue or overestimate the amount of gas you'll need to get filled to ensure that the majority of orders will get filled. Now, what EIP does is they've switched it from just being one value that is set for the gas into something called a base fee and an inclusion fee. Now, the base fee is a price that needs to get paid every time, and it's always the same. And this fee gets burned now instead of going to miners. So it's already it's burned about 16,000 ETH, which is a ton. It's like something like $48 million or something in just a few days now.
Yeah, it was like $8,000 a minute. They were
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just pitch you my movie. Okay, here we go. They're about to burn a ton of your boys' ETH, right? Together, a pack of scumbags who got nothing to lose decide to get in there and grab that ETH before they burn it, substituting it with Doge. Nobody knows, okay? They burn the Doge. We come out with the fucking ETH. Bang, we're banging tens. Neff, thoughts? Matt Damon plays you. What do
I
you
was
think
just going to
about that?
say, Tripoli's 11, hard pass. Okay.
What?
Yeah, I don't
What?
see it, buddy.
We gotta do
I've
it.
seen hackers, and that was like 20 years ago.
Oh yeah.
You got to get a love interest, throw in some cats, and maybe I'll be interested.
Belladonna plays the lead.
In.
Female. Okay.
Tripoli's
There we
11,
go.
green
So-
lit. Let's
Yeah.
go.
There we go. Winner,
Yeah.
winner, dinner. So, it's so interesting burning these like Shibu, Nibu, Boo Boo, Bee Boo,
Uh-huh.
whatever it's called,
Nailed it.
right? So, like, I got really excited. I'm like, I'm gonna
Awesome.
buy like
Yes.
1 billion of these. Okay, I'm gonna buy 1 billion of these, and then I'm like, if I'm buying 1 billion of them, how many more people are buying 1 billion of them? It's never gonna get to a penny ever.
Oh no.
It's impossible.
That's the mistake people make with these projects is they look at the super, super low price and don't pay attention to market cap. So
Yeah.
they could say, all the price has to do is get to a penny and we'll all be up 1,000x, not realizing that if the price got to a penny, the market cap would be, 500 times the market cap of Bitcoin, and it's never going to happen.
Quick
So-
interjection. Can you give us your take on Moon coins as far as their tokenomics are concerned? Because I firmly believe that Safe Moon is a Ponzi scheme, just based on the structure alone. What are your thoughts on the tokenomics of these coins that charge two-way transactions?
All right, so I think that I wouldn't call them a Ponzi just because a Ponzi is kind of a specific term that infers there's some sort of fraud going on where
Yep.
they're saying the profit is made by some sort of
Respect. I shouldn't
sir-
have used that word.
service or product being sold. But with SafeMoon, for example, the developers owned the vast majority of the liquidity, and then the tax was going to add more liquidity to the token, allowing them to slowly siphon liquidity from the project. And when you have something like that, they're basically just that's a tax going directly to the developers, masked as a tax that's making the system more sustainable.
Okay, so is it a nice way? Are you saying it's fraudulent, but we can't call it a Ponzi scheme, or sketchy? What would be the sus? How would you describe it?
Well, it's all on open source contracts that anybody can see. And we know the vast majority of people are not going to read those contracts or understand them. But it's still the responsibility of the trader to do that. So I would say that it's definitely shady, and a lot of these projects, the vast majority of projects, are shady. I wouldn't call it fraud. I would say it's a bad investment. I would stay away from them. I would generally stay away from every project that doesn't have some sort of solid use case, unless you're doing some sort of short-term flip. And the way
or it's called Cash Daddy's coin.
No, I think that Cash Daddies could have some cool utility. There's so many different problems that need to be solved in crypto, and there's so much room for great development. It's just the vast majority of people developing tokens are copying other people's work, changing some very small variable, if that, and then spending all their money on marketing and promotion. Maybe they get some big YouTuber to shout it out or something like that. Right. And then cashing out on millions of dollars. It's just super easy money. No one wants to do the hard work to solve problems. But there's a ton of problems that need to be solved.
Okay, I got a couple questions. So, this show, this is, I think, the 52nd episode. We've been cooking with gas,
I see what you did there.
What I do?
Fees? How much are the gas fees, though?
No, that's not what I was doing, dude.
You didn't do
thank
that?
you. No, I did not.
Okay.
I did not. What I want to know is, like, we've seen a real, like, slow drip with you know, the rise. See, I not get nothing on that one. I worked that in. You don't go, I see what you did there.
I was waiting for it.
I didn't want to go
Jesus.
there. The man.
Oh, you went there with, well, when it wasn't happening. Then
The
you
man's
didn't-
project is named after a sexually transmitted disease. Okay, little.
Oh, it's not, dude. The guy came on and talked to us. Now you're calling his love of his life an STD. I will not stand for that. Okay. Let me just get my question out. Why did we see this giant like dry run in crypto over the last 3-4 months?
I see what you did there.
What do you mean by a dry run? That big pump and then a crash? That's it.
I mean, like, you know, we were seeing this like kind of going up, everybody bam, bam, bam. And now we've just seen like more of like this. It's like slowly going, it was slowly going down. Now recently we had a little uptick, but it's like, why did we see, is this called a bear market, right? It was going down.
Well, we had
not going bull like that.
We had all of those rumors.
Is that a cup and handle you're trying to form on your hand?
I'm trying to show you how I do Krav Maga when I block punches.
We had all those big companies. We had Tesla. We had, you know, Elon. We had Amazon saying they were going to get into it. We had PayPal get into it. So we had all these big companies buying into it, and they were essentially buying the top, the ones that did. Some of them were just rumors. And
I see what you did there.
Okay. That joke is so dead right now. It's so dead.
You didn't
it's so
see
dead.
It. You just said by the top.
Okay, it's so dead. It just, you ran it too much in a short amount of time. Okay.
So don't buy the top.
No, stop, please. Yeah, young Evan is starting to rethink his life right now. Okay, go on, sir. My apologies.
Yeah, by the top, where you were.
So we had the largest companies in the world, the richest people in the world, all buying. Right. And once you have all those people buy in, you know, that a lot of that demand or that perceived demand is already eaten. And then what happens is they buy, they announce it, and then the crowd comes in and buys after them, thinking that this is a super bullish sign. All these big companies, all these billionaires bought in. But the truth is, all that demand by those billionaires, by major companies, it was already eaten. It's already priced into the market because they're already into it. And then once the crowd comes in after them, that's a major opportunity for those big players who got in before them to now take profit. And that's what we saw.
That is the biggest problem, right? We're going to be, that is always what's going to happen with crypto, is that people, and I get it, going to take profits. They don't see these as long-term investments, right? It's like they're not holding Bitcoin for a while. They're like getting in, price goes up, they sell. Right. Yeah. They're trading it like stocks. They're not trading it like a commodity that they hold. Right.
Yeah. Well, you know, we have both sides of the table. Some people do that. Some people don't. The people that do hold tend to do very, very well in these markets. If you're holding something with utility, with a solid market fit, you're going to do well. The vast majority of people don't. A lot of people are trading, and a lot of people are trading leverage. And that's another reason why we saw that massive crash. When we had that profit taking, we had basically the opposite. We had basically the opposite of a short squeeze. When you have the price dropping like that, you're taking out people that are in leveraged longs. When a leveraged long is closed, it's the way that these exchanges are designed. It's the same as opening up a short, or it's the same as selling when a liquidated long is when a long is liquidated. So that further pushes the price down, stopping out more people, liquidating more people, which causes more pressure, and it causes a chain reaction that crashes the price. And most of the corrections we've seen have been 40% corrections on previous bull markets. But in this correction, we saw that, you know, 40-50% correction, and it just had a record record amount of contracts liquidated, which just pushed the price further and further down. And, you know, that's what we saw now, where we're very, very low. But if you just compare us to what we were, you know, a year ago or a couple years ago, we're way up. And
100%.
Quick question, John. How much of this Ethereum jump is directly related to the fork? And in addition, are there tailwinds that Bitcoin is seeing because of this?
Yeah, well, Bitcoin is going to appreciate whenever any of the other big projects are doing well, the same as they do well when Bitcoin is appreciating. And that's because they share these large liquidity pools. So when you're looking at USD value, you're going to see them all appreciating at about the same time.
How do altcoins figure into this world?
Well, the vast majority of altcoins are paired with ETH or BNB. Right. So they're all appreciating in USD value as well. And, you know, when we had that big crash, the vast majority of my holdings, my long-term holdings, are in ERC20s and some Binance projects. And even though a lot of them were doing very well when the rest of the market was crashing, they were still depreciating in USD value. They were appreciating against ETH and against BNB, which is really what I look for, because I have the opinion that ETH and BNB and these major projects, Bitcoin, are going to do very well over time. So I'm not really looking to, I'm not always looking to beat the US dollar. I'm typically looking to beat ETH and the Binance coin and these other projects, with the opinion that ETH and Binance and these coins are going to appreciate in value. So as long as I'm appreciating against them over time, I'll appreciate that much more over USD.
Okay, it's time to play Would You Rather. Gun to your head. I say you have to put all your assets.
Fuck, marry, kill me, Evan, Chris Neff. Go.
I have to. I tell you right now, you have to put all of your assets into Ethereum or Bitcoin. There's no option C. What do you do?
Ethereum, easy. Okay. Yeah, I think Ethereum. I think Ethereum is going to keep growing in value. I think that this recent update is very, very bullish for price. And then when we have ETH 2.0 come, we're going to have something that people call the triple halvening, essentially. And what that is the issuance of Ethereum is going to be reduced drastically by about 70%. So that means the amount of Ethereum that is minted on each minted every block is going to be significantly less. And now when you have a situation where ETH is burning on every transaction instead of going to miners, and the issuance of Ethereum is going to be reduced a lot, we can see a situation where we have a deflationary Ethereum. And as these ETH are being taken from the market and the demand for it grows, we're going to see a major, well, you know, I would never promise a major increase in ETH price, but as far as my analysis goes, I think we will have a major increase in the ETH price, much more than we would see in Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin has still has a ton of room to grow, but I think its major exponential growth phase is starting to reach the end of its major exponential growth phase, whereas some of these other projects still have that we're like mid exponential growth phase. And I think Ethereum is one of them. I think if Ethereum kind of sat stagnant as Bitcoin has, then we would be in a similar situation to Bitcoin, but Ethereum isn't doing that. Ethereum is innovating, is constantly making the system better, and not just better as far as the user experience perspective, also better in creating a better sound money and something that should appreciate in value, given the mechanics that are being worked into it.
Okay, final would you rather before we get into Tether. There's only two options here. You have to get a tattoo on your forehead and walk around with it for life, okay? Or go to prison for 2 years and then be released and never have to have a tattoo on your forehead. What do you do?
I would get a very, very, very small tattoo.
I didn't explain to you. It's a third eyeball right above your forehead, right on your forehead.
Oh, a prison.
Yeah,
maybe
right.
Prison.
It's the right answer. And and we had a long debate about this a couple weeks ago, and there were a few creeps that took the tattoo, but they work in porn stores, so they don't have to worry about future employment.
Yeah, I can do a lot of what I do from prison anyways. I got a phone. I got Zuzus and Wham Whams, honey buns.
They let you use phones in prisons? I thought that's considered contraband.
I know someone, a hacker that I've known for a long time, that actually set up a system so he could post on his website from a voice to text speech thing that he set up from the prison phones.
And
When
he's in a
in there.
He's in a Russian gulag right now.
He's actually in Ukraine right now. He fled the US.
Yeah, this isn't my first interview.
That's funny you said that. But so let me just
Probably will be your last after these after this line of
likely.
questions.
Most likely.
well, he's not me. So so let me
Let's
just
get
say,
into your project real quick. Let's get into your
Okay.
project. Tell us about your project before we gotta jam. What's your project?
all right, Drip is a project that is the first daily ROI platform that does not pay out this daily ROI through inflation. And the way it does this is through a tax on transactions similar to some other projects.
Okay, let's
But-
just back up. Explain ROI, because the only acronyms Sam knows are CIA and FBI. So explain to us what that means.
ROI means return on investment. And this return on investment is paid out in the drip token. So what it does is every day it pays out 1% to stakers, 1% of the amount of drip that they deposited in the staking contract. The drip that it pays out is coming from the tax on transactions instead of inflation. There's a ton of other daily ROI platforms. There's one called Flow that's been around for a couple of years. There's a ton of them. The vast majority of them pay out this this ROI through inflation. So what it does is it depreciates the value of the token by paying out this reward. With Drip, it's done through a tax on transactions. Every transaction with Drip has a 10% tax except for buying. So when you buy Drip, you're not paying any tax on it. So it sets up the incentive structure to reward people for buying and staking, not for transacting and selling.
Gotcha.
And currently we have about 84% of the total supply of Drip in the tax vault. So the currently at the given rate, we could pay out this 1% daily ROI for about a year and a half without needing to tap into any other sort of asset, any kind of income flow.
Is this BSC or ERC?
Yeah, it's on BSC.
Okay. And the ticker's Drip, if our readers want to check it out.
Yeah, Drip. If you go to drip.community, we have our own swap page. You can buy it on other exchanges as well. We set it up so the tax on buying is waived.
Community. Sounds like a hot room to me.
Oh,
we said there's another product called Flow. I'm called Drip. People are saying that they sound like some sort of like menstruation products or something, but no,
I just pictured a room full of cokeheads just tweaking.
Okay. But so there's also a referral structure, a team referral structure where you can refer people, and the referral bonus is 10%. So it offsets the tax that you would pay to enter the staking contract. So essentially, if you refer somebody that deposits as much or more than you, and you buy on our platform, you'll only be paying the tax on withdrawing from the staking contract and selling. Now, the team structure is what we're using to create a use case for the token. And the team structure is currently being used to monetize content. So we're working with a streamer management company called Focus Visual, who manages a ton of OnlyFans and Twitch streamers. And these are streamers that are already paying for content. So there's millions of subscribers between all of the people under this management firm that are currently paying for content. So what we're doing is we're allowing these content creators to set up their referral teams. Now, the people who join their team get the exclusive content that they're already paying for. So they get additional exclusive content for joining the team. And as part of the team, they'll be earning the daily ROI. So they're not actually paying out of their pocket for the content. They're just putting it into the staking contract and earning a daily ROI from it. The content creators are making the referral bonus, which is 10%, which is from what we've seen so far, a lot more than the capital that they're making is a lot more than what they would make on their current subscription model. And it's worked out great so far. We have some YouTubers that have in just the project is about 120 days old. We've had several YouTubers that have made 6 figures on it. So far the project is up about 10%, 10x from launch 100 days ago.
How many holders do you currently have?
We currently have somewhere around 13 or 14,000 holders. We have about 4,500 holders that have tokens in their wallets, and then we have about 10,000 holders that are fully in the staking contract.
How long are the stakes?
So the way the stake works, and what makes it more sustainable than something where you could just deposit, make 1% a day, and then just withdraw at any point. When you stake in Drip, your stake is burned, and then it pays you back a 1% drip of what you staked. So if you stake now, you would ROI on it, make a full return on your investment in it in 100 days, and you can only earn up to 365%. So that's where it's capped out. So this is why I was saying that it's a sustainable model that can afford to run like this for if no one else joined the system, it could sustain itself for over a year now, but more people are joining the system all the time. And it's sustainable because it caps out the max amount you can earn. It also has whale taxes. For example, if you're trying to withdraw over 1% from the staking contract, there's 5% of it goes back into the tax vault to pay out fees, and that increases all the way up to 10% of total supply. You can't withdraw more than 10% of the total supply. It's impossible to do from the system. It won't let you, and it caps you out. So it's not a system where if you go over that, then there would be some debt that you wouldn't be paid. It will tell you that you're capped out once you reach that amount. So the goal of the system was to create the most sustainable passive income platform, and then through partnerships give it additional utilities. For example, the partnership with Focus Visual for the content monetization. We have a partnership with a poker platform that you can use the drip tokens for poker tournaments. We have a launch pad that is currently doing exclusive pre-sale deals for people that have drip staked in the drip platform. We have several yield farms that are allowing you to add drip liquidity to their native token to earn their farm reward token. So you can use drip for lending, liquidity providing for automatic market makers, and arbitrage and all the other various things that yield farming.
So if anybody's interested, we could send them to Drip Community. Do you have a white paper up there published they can take a look at?
Yeah, if you go to drip.community, you go there, you see where we're fully audited. We have a light paper on there. We have a tutorial on there. We have a Telegram group that if you go in the Telegram group, we have a ton of people in there that are willing to help. And because of the team system where you're earning rewards for bringing more people on, there's a ton of people on there willing to help because they know if they're on there, they're helping people, they'll often be rewarded.
And if any of our members are directly interested, can they reach out to you on the Discord and ask you questions as well? Will you answer there?
Yeah, of course. You can reach out to me on there. You can reach out to me on the Telegram. And I'm always available. And I have administrators that are always available, always ready to go.
Okay. Well, we appreciate...
I got a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Final question. Where do you think Bitcoin's going to end up?
I think that Bitcoin is going to appreciate in value. Actually, I could share a chart right now. Let me see. All right, right here. All right, so I'm gonna share. This is a current. All right, let me just zoom up here.
What are we playing? Space Invaders here?
All right, so this is a chart that I use, and the reason why I use this system is because it lets me know when large whale orders are coming in. What these white shadings are when a large whale order, which the way I determine a whale order is a certain percentage of the given volume that is traded that day. When a large limit order is placed within a 1% move of the price and those orders are being filled, that lets me know that whales have placed giant orders at these prices and they're allowing those orders to get filled, which shows it's not just spoof orders, it's orders that are intended to get into either short or long the market.
Did you just say spoof or spook?
Spoof. There's something called spoof orders where market makers and large whales will place orders that they never intend to get filled in order to manipulate the data so it looks like there's more people wanting to get short or more people wanting to get long. That tricks the retailers to thinking, oh, all these people want to get long, I better buy. When in reality, those orders never intended to get filled. It's just large people manipulating the market. The reason why I have it this kind of system that gives me the shading once those orders were placed within a 1% price move is because when they're placing these orders within a 1% price move, they don't just place one order either. These whales need to scale into the market because they have too much of a price impact if they were just to open all their trade at once. So they place orders, various orders, and when they place multiple orders within a 1%, within 1% of the price, and those orders start to get filled, it will give me this white shading. That lets me know whales are placing orders there and getting filled. So you can see that at the last talk, we had one of these signals, and now we're having a very strong one right here. But this yellow shading under it means that there's also whale orders that are in between 1% and 2.5% away from the price. So my whole trading strategy is to trade in the direction where the most people are going to get liquidated. So I have these these two this is where I'm pointing. I don't know if you can see my mouse here.
Yeah.
All right, it says long for a short total absolute perpetual finance futures and long short total trader top positions. So the top positions are taking what the largest position size is and what their long versus short ratio is, and then the total is what everybody on the Binance exchange, what their positions are. And what I look for is a divergence between top positions and global positions. When I see that the whales are starting to buy, but the total positions are still shorting, I know that the market is likely to reverse now to go on the side of the whales and stop out and liquidate these the retail traders essentially. So I use a combination between tracking liquidation, aggregated liquidation levels, open interest, which tell me how many orders were opened at these prices. And I look for divergences between long versus short ratios to try to get on the side of the whales and in the direction that will liquidate the most retail. And it gives me a solid edge.
I understand. I don't understand what you're saying, but I'm going to act like I do. So because you're super smart and I'm just like monkey hitting keyboards.
Yeah. Tell us when you get a time machine and come back to us. We're impressed, but we need to see next level.
You're like trying to bring fire to cavemen. They're like, me throw poop.
So what I would say is on the short term right now, I think that we're going to have a bounce in Bitcoin because of these signals that I just had.
I'm going to yell out some coins. You yell out what you think they could get to.
Are we playing password? I love this game.
I'm just yelling out coin names. You tell me, hey, I think it could get to this price.
I could try. I don't know if
We're not going to hold a gun to your head.
Okay.
Unless you're into that. Bitcoin, what do you think you could get up to?
I think Bitcoin could get up to, the 100K levels that people have been talking about for a long time. And I think it could happen before the end of the year. When we have moves on these markets, we typically see the greatest moves in the last 10% of that time frame of a run. I still think if you look at the overall trend, we are in a bullish trend. We just have had a deep retracement, and we should see the major pump of that move in the last 10% of it. And if you look at cycles, it's looking like it could be around September or a little bit later in the year. And I think we could hit that 100K, price that we're talking about.
Come rocket.
Come rocket.
Ethereum.
I don't know anything about Come Rocket, honestly.
No, but that's the correct answer to that,
Yeah.
by the way. Ethereum, what do you think you get to?
I would just say I think Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin. I think it's going to outperform Bitcoin in a major way. I think that we're going to do ETH 2.0 should be out. It's looking at some point early next year. It always gets pushed back, so it might not be early next year. And I think that we'll probably likely have some sort of major correction when that first comes out, some sort of buy the rumor, sell the news situation. But I think that will be the catalyst that eventually really pushes up higher and starts to make us
final coin, because we have a lot of people bullish on this. Cardano.
I wanted to ask about Monero.
Okay, final question, because we have one person interested in this. Monero.
I think Monero is great. I think Monero will increase overall with the price of the rest of the market. I think it's I think it's right now the premier privacy coin, but I do think that it's going to be it's going to start to be overshadowed by advancements in other chains that have more use cases, such as privacy models that work on the ERC20 network. And when that happens, it will mean some trouble for Monero. I still think that Monero is a solid product that's here to stay, and they could make some improvements as well. But I wouldn't look for Monero to outperform.
So what? Give me a number. What do you think you get up to? 300, 400, 3,000, 5,000?
I don't even know what the price of Monero is right now.
I think it's like 240.
240? Yeah, I definitely think it could. I think that Monero could do, a 5x, just like Bitcoin could do a 5x, and all of the major tokens in the all of the major tokens in the crypto space could all do that major move. And I think when Bitcoin rises, Monero will rise with it. And I think there's this very, very solid use case for Monero, and I use Monero currently. I just think
with what, lady boys?
I use Monero for privacy. What everybody uses Monero for. I love
that.
Monero.
That would be a yes on that, brother. Thank you so much for coming on. You crushed.
Thanks, you, John. Man. And we'll be in touch again. And like I said, go check out John's site, Drip Community. I love it. And if you're a reader in the Discord, jump in and ask him a question. He's very responsive. So thanks for your time. And we'll see you on the flip side.
Thanks, man. Just so everybody knows, it's drip.community. Community is like our com.
Drip.community.
All right. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you having me on.
John, you're a stud.
Thanks, man. I'm a big fan, guys. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Get that boy ass.
And we're back.
We're back. We are
I gotta
back.
tell you,
Learned a lot.
I gotta tell you, I learned a lot. This is a big deal, man. I didn't realize that the burn was as big as it was when it comes to Ethereum. I've told you before, I think it, I see what he did there. Is that what you're going to do?
No, the burn was as big as it. It sounds like you're on a different show. Sounds like a medical show.
Okay. Here's my feeling.
Having quit. Look at this.
I would have quit a long time ago.
Don't quit. Come back.
My feeling is this. I think Ethereum has been bridging that gap to Bitcoin. And I know you love Bitcoin, but my positions that I'm adding to right now are Ethereum only. That's the only thing that I'm interested in buying. I just think the disparity between Ethereum and Bitcoin is just going to keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So I'm bullish on Ethereum. I don't know what else to say. I would admit I wouldn't buy right here because I think we're going to see a pullback. Maybe I think it dropped 5% in the last hour. I got a notification. So If you want to buy and hodl, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're looking to buy it immediately and trade it, I'd wait and see if it pulls back another 3 or 4%, because it has dropped 5%. So yeah, I'm glad. I wish him luck with his product too. It sounds really cool. Again, guys, he's accessible. Reach out to him in the Discord if you're interested. Ask him some questions on it. So should we get to what we like this week? Or Evan, do we have any announcements? I feel like we haven't made an announcement, except it's International Cat Day. And
Yeah,
like,
you already announced that at the beginning.
nobody recognized it.
And in
Yeah,
the middle.
because we all have life.
Okay, well, here's the thing, Evan. I sent you a video. You don't need to bring it up now. You can put it in later in the show. But
So Neff, what
Yeah.
we'll do is at the end of the show,
Mhm.
I'm gonna leave, and then you
Mhm.
can do all the cat stuff you want at the
I can
end.
do
At the end.
I have to stay the
Yeah,
whole
you
time.
can have 15 minutes
No, no,
on
no,
cats.
no.
Okay.
I have to stay.
You know
till the
how
very
tight?
end.
Do you know how tight my hour is getting based
Okay.
on integrating my cat material into my new hour?
That
It's fucking-
sentence could have gone a lot of different
Hey,
ways.
hey, it's perfect.
Okay.
And
How
this-
long
this
did
has
you
been
sit
Cash
down and
Daddies.
write that out?
Buddy,
How-
I've been telling the perfect joke for about 13 years. Okay.
And how long
So
have you been single?
Not that long, but close. Okay. And I don't think we need to make this personal right now.
Okay.
It's International Cat Day. If any other day of the week you want to do it, fine. But it's International Cat Day. A little respect.
Nice.
So let's go ahead and get to the picks. What do you like, E?
So I'm gonna go with Hex this week. I'm going with
Wow.
Hex because not just for the week. This is going to be a long-term hold for me because ever since I've had Hex, this thing just keeps going up.
Right.
So
It's gone
it just-
down a little bit.
That's what it does though. It goes parabolic. It goes parabolic and then it retracts a little bit. And the huge crashes that we have in Bitcoin and all this stuff, it's affected, but it's not affected the same as all these other cryptos. It's crazy. I mean, I doubted it. I know you got like Howie doubted a little bit, everybody, but I mean it proves itself. And I'm not a Hexican, but the thing's making me money.
What did you
so I'm
call
gonna throw
me?
it. Hexican.
Okay, back up. Here's the thing we need to talk about with Hex. Sam, this is very important, so I want you to listen. You know you can stake your Hex, correct?
I do know that. I choose not to.
Okay. Evan, are you going to stake your Hex? You could stake it for anywhere between a day to 15 years.
Stake it. Come on now, stake it, stake it.
I have
Come
not
on
staked
now,
it yet,
stake it.
but I plan to because I'm just gonna hold this thing.
But my point is, if you're in love with it, you don't just marry it. You stake it. Get the
So-
bigger gains.
Right.
If you
That
believe in it.
reminds me of that Ram song. You remember Ram It? Come on. Ram.
No, I don't.
Come on. Now stake it, stake
Please,
it.
please don't
Come
be doing
on,
something like
now,
that.
stake
right
it,
next to
stake
a
it.
fucking shotgun. I don't understand. Like, you think this is a game?
I do think there's one game, dude, and I'm killing that game right now, dog.
Oh boy.
What is this, a rocket launcher?
Boom.
How light is that? It looks like it's a toy gun. Is
No,
it?
dude, it feels good, dude.
Does it?
I feel like I'm in the Suicide Squad when I hold this shit.
Are you going to add a bumper stock to it and take it next level?
No, dude, I don't need to go next level. I'm at the net. I am the level. Okay. That's who I am.
I'm
I'm
sure
top
that's
level.
illegal anyway.
I'm the level boss.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna need
So-
some video of you shooting this at the range.
Dude, yeah, I will, dude. I go home for a week, guys. I go home for a week. I'm gonna go see my family. I'm at my 30th reunion. Wow. Yeah. How old are you?
High
Evan?
school?
Almost 23.
Yeah. Yeah. So you weren't even in your dad's nuts when I was graduating. You weren't even there. You were
Oh,
still
my
in that interdimensional shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go there, hang out with my family if they'll see me. My mother's very worried about the Delta variant, so we'll see what happens with that. And then I'm gonna hang out and just do that, dude. So if you want to know what my picks are, buy land. That's my pick. Get into land. Buy property. I'm looking at some different places. I can't say right now because Neff will run and tell people in my life. So I can't say it out loud, but I'm looking. and I'm looking to put together a fucking clan of killers. Okay, we'll all live near each
What is
other.
that? Okay, just stop with the subtext. Just tell us what the big plan is. It's okay to say I want to be a cult leader. Okay.
I don't want to be a cult leader.
It's
I'm a
okay to
Ronin,
say,
dude. I
I'm
don't
looking
want to
for a
lead
compound.
anybody. You should never have leaders. That's
Okay.
not. I'm the worst cult leader in the world because I'm
Just
like,
get to
don't
the
follow
part
me.
where you
I'm
talk
illiterate.
about- Can you use the word compound?
Lozenges.
Okay.
Lozenges.
Yeah. By the way, great meme. Whoever came up with that one.
For real.
Yeah.
Lozenges.
Okay. So it is land
Property.
for
Buy
property.
property.
Okay.
And dude, I think you guys should start getting some of this crypto. I know Neff feels like another crash is coming, but I have a feeling we got some crypto coming.
There's no way that Ethereum and Bitcoin aren't going to pull back a little bit from what they just.
They've already pulled back. We've been pulling back forever.
Yeah,
Neff,
but
you're
Bitcoin's
always pulling out so much you don't put it in. That's how much you're pulling out.
I see what you did there. That's
You're
actually
gonna
a
pull
pretty
out,
good joke.
and I'm so pulled out. I'm not gonna put it in. That's how
Like,
much I'm pulled out.
Look, I'm not going to suck your dick multiple times. It's a good joke. Write it down. I say use it for Christ's sake. Okay. But let's move on. Okay. It's a good joke. Okay. Here's my point. Bitcoin
You
touches.
know when
40
Neff's like, oh, that was a good one. When he starts like crying. Oh,
Bitcoin
okay.
touches-
I was gonna say it's a bad joke. Enjoy it.
Bitcoin just touched 45. Okay. Ethereum was over 3K. These are major pushes in the last week and a half. They're going to come back a little bit. So, like I said, if you're Sam, you're hodling, just keep dollar cost average and do what you do. If you want to get a better price, I say wait for a little bit of a pullback. It's going to happen. Okay, so I have land and Evan?
Hex.
Hex.
He already
Okay.
said hex, bro.
Okay,
Long term, not just for the week.
but not stake it because I staked my hex. So for the record, mine's locked up. I can't touch it.
You like your hex steak? Do you throw a little A1 on that too? Maybe some side steak it. Come on now, steak it, steak
Yeah.
it. Come on now, steak it.
I like
steak
my
it.
hex like I like my women
Oh, boy.
locked up.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
That's a good one. You
Yeah,
should use
hey,
it. Right?
I was due. I was due.
Use it.
Oh,
All right.
man.
So
Write down.
before I get to my picks, there is a woman.
What'd you say I should use as a joke? I forgot.
Hey, we'll just roll the tape back. We can just watch. You know what? Just watch the podcast tomorrow. Okay. There is a woman, beautiful woman in the Discord. She goes by Evolution88. Now she's been trying to ask you this question for 3 weeks, but sometimes.
Some just happened with Neff. This is the gods talking. We should end the show. Thank you, tech lords, for doing for us what we can't do for ourselves. That's an AA. That's an AA. God, grant me serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Oh,
Okay.
he's totally. Oh, he's back. No.
Okay, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So-
Not all miracles are permanent. Sometimes they're just fleeting.
Yeah, they're called abortions. Okay.
Oh, why you gotta get political, bro? We have some Christians in this show.
Okay. So to continue, Evolution88 has been dying to ask you a question.
Okay.
But sometimes you're like that guy that goes to the wife and says, "Hey, I'm going out for a Kit Kat bar," and then disappears for a week because they're on a fucking bender and doesn't show up when I'm ready to ask the question for you to be here. She says, "I have a question. It wasn't able to get answered because at the time Sam wasn't on the podcast for Wednesday's reader questions. I am hoping that since you guys are on Mondays now, I could get my question answered." Emoji, heart, heart, heart.
Are you only asking this because she's a smoke show?
Of course.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Just
hold
wanna
on.
clear
I'm
that.
only asking because she's one of 5 female members on the Discord,
For
man.
real.
So they're all
Okay.
smoke shows.
They're all smoke shows. My question
All
is,
the ladies, stake it. Come on
Sam,
now, stake it, stake it.
okay. Sam, since he has mentioned Start Engine, I've done some research and I like what I see. I've also invested in PvP. I'm looking into investing in America's 7 Football League. I want to know. I want to know if he also thinks this would be a good investment, considering the NFL has changed a lot over the years. Can you please answer this woman's question?
I think that people can't get enough of football. And I think that people are kind of, the NFL's going to get more and more woke, and they're going to be like, you're going to watch us no matter what we do. And they're going to learn what everybody else has learned. We're not going to watch it. The American 7 Football League, okay? Dude, it's that bare knuckle. If I could invest in bare knuckle fighting, I'd do that too. I love the way they market their league. And I like no helmet, no pads football. And I think it's the future.
Okay. Can you also address PvP for her as well, since you only answered half the question?
I like PvP because I think that these gamers are the future. I think we're just going to
believe the gamers are the future.
Stake it. Come on now, stake it. And that's why I like the business model. I think it's just a matter of time. You get the right whale on there, everybody will come and all the gamers will talk to each other. And that's my opinion.
Okay. All right. Well, before I get to my picks, we need to.
You still haven't done your picks?
No. It's very important that we recognize the fact that this is basically meme earnings week. Okay. We've got AMC reporting on Monday. Okay. Yeah. Huge memory. We've seen that stock just dump. We have Coinbase reporting on Tuesday. Okay. We have Clover on Wednesday. Okay. We have Airbnb and Wish on Thursday. A lot of people in the Discord are in on these stocks. Now, I think this is a little risky, but I think Coinbase is going to smash earnings, and I think people are going to catch up and they're going to buy it after earnings. So this is a little bit of a bold prediction, but I say buy coin before Tuesday's earnings. Okay, so that's my pick of the week. I'm also recommending SoFi. Now, SoFi, I'm down on it. I think it had a little too much speculation as a SPAC, but I think it's going to take off. It's a long-term hold for me. I'm not going to sell it. They're so good at what they do. They're basically trying to be Robinhood. And by the way, we didn't even address the Robinhood insanity that was Robinhood. With that massive 120% gain in 2 days and then a pullback and still 80% up from IPO. I don't mind being wrong about stocks, and I certainly, meaning buy them and being wrong, and I certainly don't mind about not telling people to buy things that go up if I still don't like the underlying product. And I don't with Robinhood. I think payment for order flow is a ridiculous business to be valued at whatever, $60 billion, which is what they essentially are. And Gary Gensler's made it clear he's going to be looking at it. Whether he has any power or not, I don't know, but I still don't like Robinhood. I think you could probably swing trade it, but a lot of those guys came out with their S1 and said, we're selling. So if you trade it, be careful. I wouldn't buy and hold it long term. So I just want to mention that. And then final pick is buy.
So right now, Coinbase is at 258. You like it?
I love it at this price. I think you are going to see it beat earnings, and I think you are going to see it pop after earnings. And that's
what
mainly,
do you think you get up to?
Maybe at the most 10% after earnings. But I think that this is a chance for them to bounce back after their lackluster IPO. So if you're not into it and you want to play it, I take a shot at it Monday morning. Like I said, they're going to report Tuesday, I believe, after the bell. It's worth it. It's worth the play in my estimation. I'm holding it long regardless at this point.
Love it, bro.
Lastly, I have a recommendation, and it's called "Don't Be a Child and Be a Man and Buy Yourself a Real Fucking Shotgun." And when I say that, I mean buy a Benelli, for Christ's sake. None of these
Whoa!
little
Shots
trinkets.
fired.
I see what you did there.
Shots
I see what you did there.
fired.
Yeah.
You said it.
You
Dog,
can't
I
go-
got everything, dude. I got it all, dog. Don't you worry about the kid.
That gun is a piece of plastic. Okay.
Oh my God, Neff, you're going at me, bro.
You did.
Somebody has to.
Hey, don't at me, bro. Don't at me.
Buddy, I'd never at you except when I'm making fun of you saying the word lozenge. Then you need to know you've been at it.
Lozenges.
Get yourself a real gun, okay? Make sure it's made out of metal, okay? Make sure it's not going to jam on you, okay? Buy a Benelli, everybody. They're the best home
Do
security.
you not think you don't think I own a regular shotgun?
I think
do
you have an
not think-
arsenal. I think you have an arsenal because I think you think the government is going to come and try and take away your freedoms. And I think you probably have Molotov cocktails and fucking
I do
napalm
not. I do
with
not.
fucking
I'm a
paint thinner
peaceful
rags,
farmer, bro.
paint
I'm
thinner
a peaceful
rags
farmer.
that you made out of mason jars that say ball on them, for Christ's sake.
Bro, I'm a peaceful farmer, dude.
So that's it. Get yourself a real shotgun. No plastic guns, unless it's a Glock and you put it in your fucking hand and you know, whatever. I know technology's come a long way, but I don't think that's a proper gun. Not for you. I like
All
something
right.
a little bit longer as well. That's just me. I understand you feel like
We
you're in the
know.
movie Aliens and you want to shoot it from your hip. That's fine. You're going to be a lot more accurate holding it like a gun's supposed to be held, but that's just me. Okay.
Who loves you, buddy? Who loves you?
I think we all, I don't think the question is who loves you. I think the question is, do you love yourself? That is.
Do
the
you
most-
love me?
No, no.
Boom, boom.
You
Do you
love
stake
yourself.
it? Come on now, stake it, stake it.
Just love yourself, everybody.
Guys, today's was a great show. Howie couldn't make it because Howie was doing Howie shit in New York, living in the streets, talking to the people, making love to the hobos, bro. That's how it is, man. But he'll be back. I will not be here next week because I'm trying to take a week off because I'm losing my mind this time. I'm losing my mind. Boom, 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 boom. So that was it. Hey, guys, if you want to see me, I have some new dates on the calendar at samtripoli.com. I'm now doing small gigs around to work new material because I'm old school and I like a tiny crowd to work new material. So go to samtripoli.com, check out my dates, and we'll make it happen.
Is this a bad time for me to call you out and say, what about that Thursday? I got you headline booked for. It's a small room.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can make it happen.
Okay. Well, respond to my text thread. It's Thursdays.
All right. I'm
I
waiting
feel like
till
I'm-
after Cat Day, so
I
I know
feel
you're
like I
getting
just
weird.
feel like I'm your agent. You don't even fucking return my calls.
I know, dude, I'm so bad. Guys, as we leave, final thoughts from young Evan Hand.
Shout out mustaches.
Shout out mustaches. Enjoy your week.
Happy
Make that
International
paper.
Happy International Cat Day, everybody. Have a great week. Have a great week.